So today I'm going to give you a look at the COOWPS fully functional split protective case set for your Nintendo Switch 2. And as I open this up, I do want to give a thank you to COOWPS for sending this out, because this is part of a larger Kickstarter that they are currently undergoing. I'll put a link to it in the description of the video. You can see all the buy-in points and all of that kind of stuff. Inside, you get a microfiber, and then you'll get the components to this case, which I am going to show you in just a brief moment. Inside of here, you'll have some warranty information as well as instructions for getting started, the installation, as well as the removal of this particular case on your Switch 2. Let me go ahead and take these things out. Now, I will mention I received this right around the holiday time, and I've been using it ever since. I'm just now getting around to actually doing the video after some time off for the holidays. Let me go ahead and pull my Switch 2 into view. And we are going to start with the installation of the back plate. And there is a sticker here that you can peel off to just, that's kind of your protective area. This is a hard plastic, so that's good for protection. But what that means is it is going to be a little bit more tricky to install as well as remove. And the way you're going to want to do this is you'll insert the bottom end first, and then I do find give yourself some leverage. So I like to actually, rest it on a knee or something while I install it. It's a lot easier than doing it in the air. So I'm going to pull this off camera for just a moment while I cinch this into place. All right, so that is now in place, and you can see what that's going to look like. I'll come back and I'll show you all of this in practice in just a moment. Here are your grips, and the way this is going to work is you want to press this button and work it from the top first. So make sure that you press it. This is a little bit trickier to install. The removal is slightly easier, but I will say that this is a somewhat of a tight fit, and it is a bit tricky to install. Same thing goes here. If I'm doing it on camera, it's a little bit more difficult. If I do it off camera, give myself some leverage, I do find that's a bit easier. You think this is in, it's actually not. I need to kind of work all the edges around. This same thing right here because it's not cinched into place here. So let's go ahead and push that. I'm going to rest this against my knee again to snap it into place. You will actually hear it kind of audibly snap into place, and then you can see here that this is completely situated on the Joy-Con too. And you can see what that looks like. I'll go ahead and put the other one on off camera, and then we'll come back and put it all together. Let's go ahead and get the Switch 2. I'm going to give it a quick wipe down because installation makes this for a messy screen, and you don't want to be staring at that. So let's go ahead and snap the Joy-Cons into place, and they fit in just like this. And I'm not going to do the test where you hold it like this and see if it falls off. I will tell you there is some flex there. So let me show you the top panel. This is also a hard plastic, and you can see we get 6 on top, 6 on the bottom game card slots for a total of 12. And once you put these game cards in, they do have a little area here that you can reach your finger in to remove them. And then the way that this is going to work is simply like this. We take the top, we place it right up here, just like so, as you see there. And then the bottom goes into place just like this. And that's all there is to it. You have a fully functional, but also fully protected case that you can toss into a backpack or do whatever you'd like. The other thing about this is you'll notice that it does leave the areas open for charging, should you so desire to do so. Not at the bottom here necessarily, but at the up at the top, you can see it right there. So very well protected in its own right. To remove this, you're going to reach in where it says open. I like to put some leverage. So again, it's harder to do on a tabletop like this. If I rest it on my knee to remove this, it's a lot easier. It comes off just like so. Now let me show this to you up close, because this is what it is going to look like. And you do get a nice level of protection all the way around with all the necessary cutouts that you can see right here for speakers and ventilation and docking, which I will show you in a moment. Up along the top, you can see what that looks like. It's easy to access the cartridge slot. You can see ventilation ports here, recession there. The buttons are covered here. I do find that that power button is a little bit harder to press, but the volume buttons, I've got no problem with that whatsoever, as you'll see right here. Now, as far as the backside goes, this is what it's going to look like. And it does have a magnetic ring right here. So if you've got one of those MagSafe batteries, you can attach it right here. Of course, you're still going to need to plug it in down here or up here to get the charging mechanism to work. Now, if you do want to swap out your SD card on this, you've got to take the back off. But it does have an integrated kickstand that holds its position quite well no matter what space you're in. So it's not going to drift on its own and go down or anything like that. So you'll see that right there. Along the back side, we've got some textured kind of design right here. These grips, polarizing topic for me because if you can see it, it's got that kind of design to them for the actual added grip. But I do find it a little rough feeling. Now, that's my only complaint with this from a grip perspective. Otherwise, it does feel comfortable to hold in the hand. I just don't know about that feeling. To me, the texture is a little rough. And yeah, that's a little off-putting. Now, as far as docking goes, this is going to work. But I am going to tell you, there is a little bit of resistance. Now, I pulled my dock into view here, as you see right here. You're going to have to trust me, but I will tell you the light does come on. It does dock. It does work fine. But look at that. It kind of holds its position. And that's because, and you're going to have to rest 2 fingers on the dock to remove it. That's because of the added lip that you get with this case all the way around. It prevents it from easily sliding in and out, providing just enough resistance when you pop it in and out. I also have a tempered glass screen shield on this. It doesn't really make a difference because the case comes over the lip of that. So there you have it. 2 things I would say about this as improvements. 1, the grip. I would love to have it feel a little bit nicer because it does feel kind of rough in the hand. And 2, the docking as well. As far as removal of this case goes, take your time. Go slow. With this, it's better to rest it on a knee again. I'm going to say for leverage, but you're going to work from the top and then pull it off. So I'm going to pull it out of view to do that. Slow is the way to go. I've done that. And then you're going to remove it just like this. And as I say, I've been using this over the holiday break and I don't see any signs of damage on the Switch or anything like that. As far as the Joy-Cons go, what you want to do is press this button just like that. And then you're going to kind of lift and remove just like that. So this one's a bit easier to come off. And again, I don't see any damage to the Joy-Cons or anything like that. So same thing goes on this side. If you're left or right-handed, one side might be a little bit easier to remove than the other one, but you can see those come off pretty easily. So there you have it. And that's your look at the COOWPS fully functional split protective case set for your Nintendo Switch 2. Like I say, I think this is a great solution for those of you who are looking for an all-in-one case, protection, additional grips for your Switch 2. The 2 things I'd like to see done differently in this case that would kind of put it over the edge for me is those textured grips are a little rough, so I'd like to see them feel a little bit softer in the hand. And then also the docking. While it does work just fine, it's a tight fit, and I'd love for it to fit a little bit nicer to where you can slide it in and out without the use of 2 hands. But there you have it. I will link to this in the description of the video down below. Let me know what you guys think. And if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Take care, everybody, and have fun.